It was raining. It got rained out like crazy bad. Everybody trying to get back to their cars or get in, places where they, wouldn't get all extra wet at. Dude, dude was sitting up sitting up under the tent, right? He was on his phone, right? My daughters was up under the same tent. Yeah. So I'm paying attention to my kids, but at the same time, they're in the same vicinity. So I'm watching everything going on around it because I'm there for my children. So dude walks up. McKellen, bro, he wasn't even under the tent at the time. They came from a whole separate tent and walked over there. They intentionally went over there to this kid, man. Dude was sitting there on his phone just trying to get dry. You feel me? One thing went from another. They grabbed this man and they tried to punch on dude. Dude went in his bag and whatever. They went to try to jump this dude and punch on this dude, man. And he protected himself, dude. That's what happened. Yeah. It wasn't just one. It was both of them, bro. Austin, that dude that's got unalive, and his brother physically went over there to intentionally.
Well, guys, I'm back one more time. That dude from Columbia, South Carolina. They call him Drummer 1980. If you don't know who he is, guys, I'm back. I hope you having a good day. And if that's not the case, ask yourself why. Because remember, after all, happiness is an inside job. And it will always be an internal affair. Guys, we back today again with my man Tariq Nasheed in the building. Now, this is why the Pan-Africanism thing, guys, it's not going to work for me. I gave up on it a long time ago, but I just want y'all to hear how certain immigrants think about you and the things that's concerning you. Listen to what I just said. The things that's concerning you. Everything is always negative. They don't never see things from your point of view. Now, let's listen to the teller talk. Let's go.
Family, do y'all want to hear from Bushmeat Barrister in the building? Oh, do y'all want to hear from Bushmeat Barrister? All right, Bushmeat Barrister, what's going on, sir?
Hey, Tariq, what's up?
Hi. What's up, man?
Not much. You're just spewing a bunch of nonsense about the whole Carmelo Anthony situation.
Oh, really? I'm spewing nonsense? What's the nonsense?
Well, you failed to mention that you're just race baiting. You're trying to make this a huge race issue. You're twisting it up to make it a huge race issue.
How so? How so?
Austin track team was pretty much majority black. He was also a part of the football team who was also black as well. If you are fully aware of being in a track team, specific teams, they have their own individual tents. Either way, that's irrelevant.
It is irrelevant. You don't have to sit in any specific tent. You can sit anywhere, sir. There are no assigned seats. There are no rules that you have to sit anywhere. There's zero rules. You can literally sit anywhere you want. They tried to do some old Rosa Parks, get in the back of the bus, get up out the seat bullshit, and it just didn't work. So.
No, I highly doubt that the late Austin, he went ahead and just wanted to remove him based because he was black. That wasn't the case. It was more of a camaraderie thing that he didn't want another person from a different team to be,
Who in the hell made him in charge to sit up here and tell somebody where the hell they can sit, and then you put your goddamn hands on them?
Either way,
nothing. Who the hell put you in charge of seating? How you gonna put yourself in charge of seating and then put your hands on people?
Either way, Austin did not deserve to die based on Carmelo just killing him with a knife. He had a knife, and all he did was just drag him. And he
just drag him. But you don't know if somebody run up on you unjustly, unprovoked, and start putting their hands on you, you don't know what the hell they're capable of.
So if a person
you don't know what they're capable of, sir. So you defend yourself and neutralize the threat the best way you know how, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why they run to America, because they weak. They feeble. Oh, yes, I'm about to go in today. The glove's coming off today. He's showing his true colors and I'm going to show mine. This is the difference between us and y'all. If somebody tells you to leave them alone, go on about your business, because there are no assigned seats at no track meets. Different teams set up on the different tents, talk to the players or what have you. I have seen it personally myself. You don't go up to nobody and accost nobody and put your hands on them. According to the police report, he told them to don't put your hands on me. He put his hands on her. He went into his bag and say, hit me then. Hit me and you gonna find out. Don't put your hands on me. Just go ahead on and leave me alone. Sometime later, he came back, according to the police report. Austin came back and grabbed him. So you can call it whatever you want to call this situation. This is clear-cut self-defense, because if the roles were reversed, all of these forms and these platforms lying and up in arms, you wouldn't hear none of this. The first thing that you would hear is he was justified. This how you know what white supremacy look like. And this is a clear-cut case of what white supremacy is and how it operates. This is the classic 101 case right here. George Zimmerman. Trayvon Martin didn't have no gun, did not have no knife, didn't have anything. George Zimmerman accosted him. But people say he was justified. So what's the difference? I don't do this color-coded law and all this old moving the goalposts and it's jumping left and right. Nah, the goalposts stay planted. See, we are just people. Everybody else just go out up on a whim and they just follow whatever direction the wind blows. We don't. And this is why I'm vehemently against tethers and immigrants come here and act like they have some type of moral authority and they side with the people that's oppressive. And that's fine. It's 1A, the white supremacists, and 1B, the tethers. See, and that is the whole purpose of them getting these buffer classes to come over here. To do a mix-up. But we see who you are, and we don't want no dealings with none of y'all. Anybody that think like this tether here, I don't want no dealings with you. And when something happened to you, I don't say anything. What you will hear is radio silence from me into the time of infinity, okay? You won't hear me say anything about, oh, well, why did they do so? I'm not saying anything. Whatever happens to you just happens. Because you will get your wake-up call. But everything that's negative, this tether is always on the side of the negative. It's nothing, never in your favor. Never.
By stabbing them.
You got a right to do that. It's called stand your ground and castle doctrine in Texas. Yes, it is. They got a stand your ground case, and that's you can use lethal force if you feel like you're in imminent danger. Yes, you can.
So why did Botham? I'm pretty sure Botham Jean got killed, and the woman who actually killed him was actually got convicted, and she essentially, was fearful because she thought that she answered in the wrong.
That had nothing to do with no damn self-defense. This woman walked up in a man's house and just shot him.
But you're essentially saying that if a person just fears for their own life, they have.
Yeah, but it has to be reasonable. You can't walk up in nobody's house and say, oops, I got reasonable fear, and then start shooting. No. That don't work like that. That ain't even nowhere near the same, sir.
Okay, but this highlights a huge issue that is going on.
Bushmeat, you're reaching. Boy, you're reaching, Bushmeat. And Bushmeat, here's the thing. Over in your homeland, An article came out today. Gunmen killed 52 people up in Nigeria. You dig? In the last couple of days, they've just been gunning people down in your homeland, sir.
A gunman here.
While you're worrying about this case, dozens of people in the last couple of days then got gunned down up in your homeland, sir.
I'm not from that specific part of the world. I'm worried.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
more concerned about. Yes,
that's where your family's from. That's
what is happening there is not impacting my life. The way black people act in this country.
Because you fled from the damn danger. And if you have to flee from that kind of danger, you're not at liberty to say nothing to us about how we protect ourselves and defend ourselves, Bushmeat.
He is going to get convicted. What he did was against the law. It was a
probably
felony.
Not, because probably there's a lot of people, grassroots, rallying behind him for support. There's a great chance that he's going to get out of jail and be found innocent, hopefully so, because there's too much of a precedent that's set, and we're not going to let them use racial double standards when it comes to self-defense. They sat up here and got away with way too much shit under the guise of self-defense. So if they sit back here and try to renege and say, oops, well, if somebody's hitting on you, you can't defend yourself. Now that's going to create a whole bunch of energy that's not going to be conducive to the peacefulness of our society, unfortunately.
There's no racial double standard. What he did was murder. He murdered that boy, and he is going to pay the consequences. And this highlights a huge issue with what's going on with the black community, specifically young black boys. They can't control their emotions. They react. They don't have the ability to avoid conflict or handle conflict.
White people. You're auditioning for white people, Bushmeat. You're trying to get you some.
I'm not auditioning for white people. You are. I'm actually very passionate.
No, you're not. You're trying to find you a white zaddy, and this is what they like to hear. And a lot of you tethers have been sitting up here talking that nonsense too. He murdered him. He murdered white daddy. That is a crime. That Nia should go to jail forever. A lot of you tethers are really using this as an opportunity to just lick all types of mayo ass. And I'm just not shocked by your disposition, sir. I'm not shocked.
This make me sick to my stomach. This is why they sold you in the first place. You see how his disposition is? This is why they sold you in the first place. That same spirit is on him 400 years later. Huh? Talking about brother. You ain't my brother. Because brothers don't sell each other like that. Well, how about Joseph in the Bible when ever his brothers put him in the pit and they sold him? I ain't Joseph. I ain't Joseph. You still talking the same way. 400 years later, you still talking the same way. So now I'm starting to look at you with the side eye. Well, no, excuse me. I've been looking at you with the side eye because I don't feel no connection whatsoever. People tell me, oh, I went to Africa and I don't want to go to no El Mio castle. I hope it burned down. Did you hear me? I hope the earth opened up and swallow it. I can care less. I don't care about no point or no return. I hope it sank in the ground. I hope the wind come and blow it over. Because you ain't got no money to pay for it to get rebuilt. So I hope it blow it over. That's the way I feel. And he have the nerve to come over here where his parents anchor him at and talk crazy. Don't know anything about the culture. He always talking about the broke black people. Yes, black folks have problems. So do everybody else, right? So it's not nothing special or some anomaly. It's called human condition. And the crazy thing is, whenever that you try to build for yourself, they come and sabotage that. Let me say that again, because I don't think somebody heard that. Whenever you try to create opportunities for yourself and try to build it for yourself, they come and sabotage that. So what choice do you have? See, you have to put everything in perspective. And this Nigerian would come over here. You ain't doing no better than we are. None of y'all are. None of you. I know people from the top to the bottom. And we can just remove entertainment completely out of the realm. I know judges, I know lawyers, I know doctors in residential, doctors in pharmacy, I know doctors of law, I know college professors, I know teachers, I know principals, I know superintendents, I know people that sit on the school board. I know business owners, I know managers, I know district managers. And these people are all black. So what are you talking about? See, you chose to try to look down on black people. That's the only way that you can make yourself feel good. That's a you problem. You want to study, focus on the people that's broke down and dilapidated. And that was socially engineered. That was by design. If you got to the bottom because you was lazy and stupid and making bad choices, that's one thing. But if you got to the bottom because I socially engineered you to get to the bottom, that's another thing. They call that a system. That's why he's over here. Because the white supremacist got his homeland on her knees. But he can't see that. He want to focus on the other people that's oppressed. How dumb and stupid. You need some recalibration. Something wrong with you because you are imbalanced. Something wrong with your mind till you can overlook all of that and focus on the people that look like you. But indeed that we are not the same. Because if anybody put their hands on me, I'm going to do the same thing. Keep your hands off me. I don't let nobody harass me and threaten me and put their hands on. That's not happening. It's just not going to happen. And if it do happen, well, we'll deal with it then, because in South Carolina, it's a stand your ground state too. You understand that?
Let me get some other folks in here to talk to you, Bushmeat. Let's get Brother Average in here. I ain't talked to Average in a minute. Brother Average, what's going on?
Hey, thank you for letting me up. I'm disappointed, man, because we have grown men who call themselves black, and I'm referring to the barrister here. Yeah, black men have the right to defend themselves. Black boys have the right to defend themselves. And him sitting there alone and being engaged upon by a man much bigger than him, two boys that are the size of men, actually bigger than most men, approach him and put their hands on him. And then you brought up both from John for some reason, and we talked about castle doctrine. Both of them was in his castle, by the way. And you're like, murder? No, there was no intent to murder anybody. Boy was sitting there, he was going to enjoy his event. And the biggest catalyst in Austin being alive or dead is Austin Metcalf. Because had he sat his ass in his own seat and didn't bother anybody and didn't touch anybody, he'd still be breathing today. Mm-hmm. Guess what? He decided to put his hands on somebody, walked over there, and got over there. And then lastly, man, you said that you have nothing to do with what's going on in Nigeria. That's your homeland. I'm going to need you and your lineage to man up when it comes to what's going on in your homeland. Focus on it and fight for it. Because you being in our business and not being willing to fight, but only being willing to fight on the side of the opposition who's going to look at you and me the same, going to try to kill you if they could, it's very weak. And it's indicative of why your homeland suffers, because you won't fight for a better tomorrow. And if people are trying to harm your people, you think that they're justified. They can deputize themselves to put their hands on you and harm you, which is why 5'2" Chinamen can slap you in front of your whole family and get away with it. You need to man up. And the last thing I'm going to say to you, man, on the man up thing, whatever, I'm going to say this to every tether that think just like you, forgive me, Tariq, but y'all need to wipe your pussy off. Straight up. Peace.
There you go. Thank you so much, brother.
That's your culture. You don't want to hold your own people accountable. You don't want you're just wanted to constantly deflect. You don't want to take criticism. Why can't young black boys avoid conflict? Why can't they just walk away? handle issues the
because
best
we
way.
ain't
That's
you.
what he should have done.
We're not you, sir. We're just not going to sit around and just let people beat on us and let people smack us around and murder us. We're not going to just sit around and be sitting ducks like you were, sir. Anyway, Bush.
Not everybody's going to flee like you neither, Barrister. And I'm white, so just a heads up, bub. If they put their hands on him, not guilty.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, Bulldog?
What's happening, bub? You don't put your hands on anybody. I don't care what color you are, what ethnicity.
Go ahead, Bulldog. Oh, you were talking, Bulldog, and you disappeared. Boy, it's bad when you got a white man who stands on business more than a damn tether. You got a white man who will sit here and stand on business more than a tether like Bushmeat Barrister. I've been seeing a lot of tethers showing out. A lot of tethers been bored. They've been performing. Ooh, he shouldn't leave that white boy alone. He didn't have to do all that. He wasn't in no danger. Yo, I've been seeing them really, really show out. Y'all watch these tethers now. Oh, these tethers are performing. They're trying to get them some Jollof butter biscuits. They are really using this as an opportunity. Watch these people. I want y'all to look at the people, the so-called melanated people that you see online, sucking up to the dominant society. Look at their backgrounds. All right? I'll just say that. Look at them backgrounds. Man.
There you have it, guys. This weak, pathetic excuse for a man come up into spaces, giving his 2 cents. Nobody didn't ask you for your opinion. Go mind your own business. Nobody didn't call for you. Nobody didn't send for you or anything. You just volunteer coming, speaking up in the spaces. This is why your homeland is in shambles, in 100% disarray. It's all over the place because don't nobody have no sense of self. Don't nobody know self. Don't nobody want to know self. All they want to know is how can I get close to whiteness? And that's the problem. That's why you are so easily manipulated and used and abused at the same time. You think that we supposed to share some type of sentiment with? I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm telling you right now. You heard when Tariq brung up that 50-something people was unalive in Nigeria. He said that doesn't affect him. He over here. You see the mindset? So if he would do that to his own people, what you think that he's capable of doing to you and I? See, and these tethers think that they go have a nice, comfortable spot under the system. See, but white people look at you as a traitor if you didn't know it. White people know that you can't be trusted because you would betray somebody that looked like you. So how can they trust you? So in other words, when it's all said and done, you could be left out in the cold. Oh, because they coming back to collect. Oh, believe me. Oh, you gonna get that wake up call. And that's when you gonna be like, I didn't really know much about the history of America. Oh, no, nigga. Nah, we all right. Just go ahead. Wish you well. Good riddance. I keep it fair. I'm a fair individual, regardless of skin color. Listen at me. If the shoe was on the other foot, let's say Anthony was the aggressor, okay? And Austin was sitting down, and Anthony and his brother or friend came up, and they accosted him. And the roles were the exact same way. You know what I would be saying from this microphone? Well, he did put his hands on me. That's how fair I am. See, I'm not like these fork-tongued devils on the internet. Law is color-coded. I'm not like them. I tell the truth regardless, and I don't care who don't agree with it. I'm not concerned who don't agree with it or not, simply because I don't hold many people's opinion in high regards no way. So I don't care. But I know right from wrong. According to the law, if somebody put their hands on you and you feel like they might unalive you or they may cause great bodily harm to you, you have a right to use deadly force. Guys, tell me what y'all think. These tethers, that's why I don't get down no Pan-Africanism. And you notice something before I go. The good immigrants don't never hardly call out these mushmouth tethers like this and Myron Gaines and Candace Owens. They always, oh, she's telling the truth. Oh, she is highly educated. Oh, you just jealous of her. Jealous of what? What is there to be jealous of? That is projection. I live a good life. I don't know who raised y'all. I got a Corvette sitting downstairs, a new one. I done spent about $15,000 to $20,000 in accessories on it. I'm living a good life. Before that, I had the LS500 Lexus, the big body, new stuff. Before that, I had a 6 Series BMW. You understand? Put about 10 grand into that. So I don't know what you talking about. I got money in the bank. I'm not rich, but I'm okay. So I don't know what you talking about. I live good in a nice home. I have a wife, have a daughter. My wife is about to get her new car. They say they would probably be around the 11th. Had it shipped in at the Lexus place. She want a RX 350 F Sport, a 2025. Okay. So I don't know what you talking about. Keep your eyes up and stop looking to the bottom of us. And they many people that got way more money than I have, that I know, that is doing good, that's doing just fine. Not only financially, but spiritually and psychologically. Because everything is not about money, but a lot of things is about money. Okay? So, I don't know what y'all talking about. Jealous. Jealous of what? I don't kiss nobody rump. I'm a man at the end of the day. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know who raised these people. I'm a man at the end of the day. Somebody put their hands on me, you gonna get what come with that. Simple. And nobody's jealous of no Candace Owens. For what? I don't care if she got $100 million. I don't care what her husband got, but she's living like a rat. See, I'm free because I stand on truth. If anything come with speaking the truth, well, so be it. And that's the difference between me and y'all. Some of y'all want to sit on truth because it's offensive. It's offensive whenever that I can't go get a business loan. It's offensive whenever they redline me. It's offensive when I get racial profile. It's offensive that black women is 3 times likely to die on the birthing table than any other race. That's offensive, and I can keep on going on. So don't tell me about something that I said is offensive. Hit that subscribe button. I'm finna go. Until next time, peace. And remember, don't mess with no tethers.